citizens of Wyndham. Volunteers are required for work details on Skethermoor.
Beer at the pub tastes like sheep dip. Better than nothing, mind.
Well, well, a new face. Good day. You'll forgive me if I'm less than cordial on first acquaintances, I'm sure. New faces often mean trouble. And yet, they may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me, where have you come from? Really? Well, you're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry. Trauma does strange things to people. In case it wasn't made clear to you on the way in, Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village, for now at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here, is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it, post-haste. Now, there are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. I want to know where you came from. I want to know what you can tell me about the outside. Trust me, you will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given. So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? You misunderstand me. I desire a way out, not to dig deeper. And as for the interchange, that is a very dangerous word to be bandying about. I suggest you forget you've ever heard it. Whatever evil the scientists had hidden in there, it has wrought havoc on this place. So no one goes near the substation, understood? Anyone trespassing there will be shot. Well, this is disappointing. I was hoping you'd have something you were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear? And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good, I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
Citizens of Wyndham, remember,
Did you want something? He did he? So you've sided with the protocol, eh? Bloody soldiers, always digging around trying to find your secrets. Well, like I said, you won't get nothing out of me. Bye now.
citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family signs of corruption,
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blown. Hands away from any weapons.
Please, God, let the seal put me on the patrol roster. I can't stand this miserable shithole of the village.
See that big metal bugger? I
Did you want something? What? You know that he's... Doesn't really matter how you know, does it? Look, I'll talk, but only to show you I'm doing nothing wrong. You have to keep quiet about this, please. Me husband, Philip, he went off exploring with one of his pals. Bloody fools, the pair of them. He said they were poking around in an old bunker and walked into a cloud of funny glowing spores or something. And he told me he started hearing voices. He says the voices hurt him. Whatever it was, it made him awful ill. He's not getting any better. Just a bit worse every day. Not exactly. I just know he called it the Interchange. Oh, and he said something about the substation behind the pub, though that's off limits to us. The soldiers will string you up for anything these days, and my husband was exploring where they don't like you to explore. That captain of the protocol, he says what the boffins buried here plays merry hell with people's minds. Turns them into something not human. Not that any of that happened to my Philip. He's ill, that's all. I just know what the soldiers would do if they found him. You know, we've had one mite of luck. Came by a special tonic, which does something to settle the voices in his head and keep the infection down. At least, while we can get it, it does. But look, what's your interest in all this? No, please, just put yourself in my shoes, I beg you. Don't give him up to the soldiers. Just... forget I told you all that, eh? Let's just forget it all happened and do some business. Bye now.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of normality.
Report anything suspicious you find, and we can see about perhaps coming to terms, you and I. Yes, what is it? Infected? You mean to say contaminated by that vile blue muck? And she would keep him hidden and endanger the whole village? Good Lord. I'll send someone over immediately. Now do you see why this place is under military discipline? I fought rebels in the Malayan jungle, and let me tell you, that was positively genteel in comparison to this wretched village. You can hardly call them English hereabouts anymore. Something in the land here is corrupting them all. You've done the right thing coming to me. It's vital this sort of thing's nipped in the bud before it spreads. Straight to the point. Very good. I'm willing to extend the hand of friendship to you, which would include giving you access to our camp at Skethermoor. With us on the same side, if a chance for leaving this zone comes, I can promise you a good chance of seeing the outside. To be blunt, as a stranger, you're in a perfect position to help me with a delicate matter. I'm delighted to hear it. We recently arrested a certain Dr. Garrow, one of the scientists from the research site. She contrived to escape the zone before the walls went up, but rather unexpectedly returned as part of a military convoy. More fool her. Dr. Garrow is dangerous, very clever, and egotistical enough to believe herself a magnitude cleverer yet. She's refused to tell us anything, and I refuse to stoop to Gestapo methods to force her. But a new face like yours, well, perhaps she'll talk to a stranger who plainly isn't beholden to the protocol. When Garrow arrived, she demonstrated an ability to meddle with the barred machinery we've commandeered. Specifically, She disabled our camp's automatic security system and began to poke around where she wasn't welcome. It was an hour before we found her, trying to get access to one of the old barred bunkers. Who knows what damage she might have caused had she found a way inside. She left us no choice but to take her into custody, isolated in solitary confinement, where she can't play her tricks. My men claim she muttered some incantation, and that caused the gun turrets to shut off. I don't believe in such nonsense as magic, but when she was captured, all they found on her was a broken radio. And now I don't know what to think. So you see, I need to know how she did it. What trick she uses to disable our machines. I trust you'll do your best. Our arrangement will depend on your success, naturally. Here, this pass will give you free passage throughout the Skethermoor camp. The soldiers on guard will allow you into the prison section, too, all the way to Garrow's cell. Learn what you can and return here. Be sure to report to me in person. But be warned, one hint of betrayal, and that pass will not save you. I hope I make myself clear. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
They'd better start showing me a bit of respect, or there'll be...
Always doing make work around here. Should have those villagers doing it first. Let's not have any trouble.
A new customer. How do? Not often we're seeing new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland, such as it is. Now, what can I do for you? Fountains of beer, dancing girls, and the finest cuisine in the land. Well, we've got some beer. And I found a pickled onion in a jar in the back of the cupboard. Seriously, mind, I can get me hands on things. Some pretty hard to find things at that. And feeling that, I can offer conversation. No gossip, mind you. Get locked up for gossip these days. I suppose I might be able to help a friendly traveller out. What sort of gear did you have in mind? I bet you could. But you wouldn't find anything like that in Wyndham. But there's a ruined mill out on Skethermoor. There's a fella up there, more often than not, and he might have what you're looking for. Fair warning, though. Out in Skethermoor, soldiers don't care who or what you are. They'll shoot before they ask. You let me know if there's aught else I can help you with. Keep your bloody voice down. Nothing brings the soldiers down on you faster than talking about that. Mayhap I heard rumours of it, but I can't see it out more than that. A favour, eh? Well, aye. Maybe that might be what I need right now. All right, let's talk. One of them scientists, in particular, used to come to drink in here. Before it all went arse upwards, that is. He liked his ale, that fella, and ale made him chatty. He told me he worked in something called the Interchange. Never said quite where it were, but he used to stagger off towards the substation round the back of here. So that might be worth a deco. Well, he said he worked on some gadget with that Dr. Garrow, who were a big noise over at the site. He called it a Signal Redirector. Top secret. Only a few of them made at the doctor's request. I've no idea what they were for. You could do worse than talk to Nora. She were there at the time, and she has a good brain, has Nora. She hides out in her barn on Skethermoor. I'll mark it for you. Look, you didn't hear any of that from me, all right? Quiet as the grave, mate. Now, about that favour. I need to collect a few messages. Not important, you understand, but I can't stick me nose out of the door without the soldiers taking an interest. You, they'll let walk out of the village, so I need you to go to Skethermoor for us. Oh, don't worry yourself. The messages aren't incriminating her out, if that's what's worrying you. They're just, you know, important to me. There's something in it for you and all. Not asking you to do out for note. I need a message collecting from Nora. Careful with her. She's not fond of strangers. But it'll be all right if you see I sent you. The other note is with a fella who skulks all over Skethermoor. But we have a meeting place. I'll mark it on your map. Well, after it all went to cock and we got quarantined, London started sending in soldiers. To start with, folk were happy to see 'em. But after a while, it turned out there was bugger all they could do to help. When they found out they weren't being let back through the wall again, well, it got nasty. Plenty round here, I reckon. It's what it would have been like if the Nazis had invaded after all. Of course, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Who knows what them boffins were up to? But I don't think that atom plant going pop was part of the plan, do you? Well, at least they told us it were an atom plant. So where are all the atoms, eh? I've heard a thing or two about radioactiveness, and by all rights, none of us should be standing here. Anyhow, I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff. Oh, I think we can manage that. Bet you weren't expecting to find a place like Wyndham still ticking over after all what's gone on here, were you now? Folk will get used to anything given time. Which isn't to say, it's not nice to see some new faces coming through here now and then. Reminds a fella just how strange this all really is. The captain likes strangers too. He treats them better than he does the rest of the village. Means you can do things us regular folk can't. Oh, aye. There were a lady scientist here not so long ago. Dr. Garrow. They say she used to work at the site over the mere. Top dog too, I was told. Managed to get out while the rest of them boffins were trapped in with us. Any road. She turns up here a few months back out of nowhere and starts throwing her weight around. She did something that got the soldiers' backs up, and they stuck her in their jail on Skethermoor. Well, I heard, and I don't know how much credit to give it, that she whispered summit to one of them big gun turrets of theirs over at their camp, and the thing shut off, just like that. She waltzed right into the camp, and soldiers were all turned about looking for her. Captain didn't like being made a fool of like that. Of course, that's just hearsay and gossip, and I don't gossip, me. pleasure doing business with you, my friend. All sorts comes through here, so don't be shy about coming back. Might have something new for you. See you around.
Citizens of Wyndham,
Do as you're told, right? Don't be causing trouble, all right?
Hands away from me.
Keep it civilized. No troublemaker.
responsible for your safety. If you approach any military areas in the area, you will be presumed to have hostile intent, and you will be fired upon. Remember, a warning shot is a wasted bullet.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned it avoids confusion later. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets your face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us army lads. Protocol now, that's what we go by. Well, this region you're in is our land for a start. We took over an old RAF place. Good and secure. We see off any threats from there. Take warning now. Outlaws have tried it on in the past. And it's made the patrols here in Skethermoor a bit trigger-happy. If you plans to wander about, be careful. Soldiers won't tell you from the next bugger, and they'll shoot before they ask. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't. There I am. One of the heroic squaddies sent to sort out this whole palaver. You can see how well that turned out. Soldiering ain't so noble around here anymore. Not in a place like this. So, I just make life a bit more bearable for people. Bit of buying and selling never hurt no one, did it? I'm bloody sure the captain knows exactly what I'm up to here. But it helps in its way, and it's good for morale, so he turns a blind eye. Nobody seems to care if I don't turn up for Reveille. And to be honest with you, that's a relief. Some of the stuff the captain has me mates do. Well, you got fellas strung up in Nuremberg, if you catch me drift. Yeah, but everywhere's dangerous in the zone. The trick round here is to stay away from our outposts, then you should be all right. There's our camp, of course, and then the special detachment is garrisoned in a commandier's RAF bunker. Well, the flyboys weren't using it, so Why not? Steer well clear of both of those spots. I'll mark them for you. That's everything, yeah? Word to the wise. Everyone trades with old Bootsy, so there's always new things in stock. Come back and see anytime. See you around, chum.
Trust Captain Sims. The protocol was enacted for the good of the country at large, not the quarantined area. If necessary, the quarantined area will be sacrificed.
Watch this, lads.
I'll have your head.
Remember you traded.
Bastard, we've gone. Take him out, boys. Dead body. Damn, one of those. Yeah. You hide? I knew it. Someone's here.
Someone there? Who the hell are you? No sort of moves or I'll shoot you dead. Who told you I was here? Who sent you? Alf sent you, did he? Well, if he vouches for you, that'll have to do. I'm guessing he wants his message, eh? Right, here's the message. Get that to him as soon as you can. You're not from round here at all, are you? This must be very strange to you. I won't ask where you came from, but I do want to know what you'd intend. Do you know? Most folk round here like to live in ignorance. So you one up on them. Maybe we've got a bit of common ground between us after all. Look, we got off on the wrong foot. Half the strangers out there would kill you for your shoes as soon as look as you. So I have to be careful. My name's Nora. Used to live in the village. But put that army captain's nose out of joint by answering back. Now I try to help the villagers out from here. I can trade if you have out worth selling. Aye. I know something about that. Been poking round here long enough, haven't I? There's a big old bunker called the Interchange that those boffins built. The soldiers get proper excited about that one. I know there's a door in the army camp to the south of here. I also know they'll kill you before you get within spitting distance of it, any road. I heard it's locked up tight as a bank vault. You'll never get in. Believe you me, I'd give me eye teeth to know what was going on in there, but it might as well be on moon. What? Seriously? Bloody hell. How'd you manage? You know. Oh, don't matter. You find out useful or interesting. You remember me and Wyndham, all right? Folk around here have it bloody hard. And if it's anything good to come out of that place, you think of them. All happy? Good. Look, things wash around the zone and sometimes fetch up here. Might well be something you want. So drop in any time you're near. All right, bit of advice for you. While you're here, Skethermoor isn't what you'd call friendly. Down in Wyndham, the soldiers will leave you be, seeing as how you're a stranger. But out here, it's dog eat dog. There's folk round here who'll kill you for the sweat on your brow, so watch yourself. Watch your back out there. on, you cat!
Someone in with me.
Jesus!
Right
Nobody's
there.
here. You dirty bastard! You killed them all! I'm taking it!
I'll find you if you're out there. You're dead.
That's right, you dead. Whoa! What the?
Hell, damnation.
Get this over with, Sharpers.
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, you bastard. You're done for. Reloading.
Body! No, it's one of us. I see you over there. Got to reload. You asked for it. Reloading now. I'm firing.
gonna reward that? You are for it now.
Wish the CEO would just let me show him what I can do. For getting nothing done.
Take long.
When will we go back to the reactor site? started off right. You'll die here.
Storm Bravo. Research collection. Temporary storage. Quarantine has been lifted in this sector. Access granted to Robotics Facility. Status report. Connection lost to all data collection bunkers. Robotics Facility status report. Experimentation wing offline. Administration wing offline. Secure laboratory offline.
Frank Stevens. The lower floor has been sealed and the lab powered down, as instructed. Only a Signal Redirector device can be used to regain access, and I'm taking that secret with me. The plans for the device, the prototypes, I'm gonna bury them. There's a manor house in Skethermoor. The soldiers will have cleared it out by now, so it's as good a spot as any. If anyone finds this message, hell, no one's getting back in here. Not once the quarantine is fully enacted. And if by some miracle you are listening to this, well, I am so sorry. The automated security will be powering up right about now.
Stand back, or you're dead.
Soldier. Stay sharp. Stay alive.
Go! Or you're dead, Lee. Don't be a fool. Stand down.
No sign of him. Must have legged it.
And keep moving. I wondered the gossip party about the recon finding it.
Do as you're told, right? They'd better start showing me a bit of respect. There'll be trouble.
Special note of subject, severity, and duration.
Don't be causing trouble, all right?
One more city gives me cheek and I'll chop the back. away from any weapons, you.
If you just let us have a crack at the outlaws around here, we could get rid of them and take their supplies. 2 bullets, 1 bullet.
You are here because you failed your community. Learn your lesson, do your time, and become a better person. Guards are reminded that fraternizing with the prisoners is forbidden and subject to partial discipline. Remain professional at all times.
You there? Who are you then? You don't look like any sort of guard. Well then, my reputation precedes me. Are you here to free me? You'd better be. I might be the only person who can resolve this whole dreadful mess. Good Lord, it's hardly the time for an interview. One question. I will answer one question, and then you must release me. Well, it wasn't magic, if that's what you've been told. It's really very simple. Deliver me from this cell, and you'll find out all about it. That's a promise. Ye gods! That man! He doesn't give up, does he? Look, I don't care what information you take back to him. The man's a narrow-minded fool. He'll never understand this place. I, on the other hand, well, not to boast, but I built it. I'm a far more useful ally to have in this neck of the woods than the captain can ever aspire to. Look, just agree to get me out of this wretched cell, and I'll give you whatever you want. Well, he would say that, wouldn't he? I made him and his bullies look like an utter shower of incompetence. So, they make me out to be some sort of Morgan Le Fay with a socket spanner, a witch with a monkey wrench. The simple truth is, I just use my wits and knowledge to evade them for a while. I suppose to such stunted intellects that qualifies as magic. I had a particular device with me, a Signal Redirector. The device allows me to remotely alter the polarity of power signals, especially useful for bypassing old security systems. Those buffoons. A very charitable term considering they've accused me of muttering incantations like a fairy tale witch. Those buffoons who confiscated the device thought it was a broken radio. The Signal Redirector itself is probably being kept in their security office nearby, so have a hunt around. Once you have it, there's an old control room near here that the soldiers have been unable to unlock. Use the device to redirect power to that control room, and you will be able to get inside. From there, you should be able to open the cell doors. I'm sure the cell controls are somewhere nearby. Off you go.
Toe the line.
I don't know why the locals act like that. We're protecting them.
At all times. Spread it further.
Saw some rabbit droppings earlier, so we haven't eaten them all. We should let them get their numbers back up. Wouldn't take long.
There'll be trouble.
a defense announcement. You are reminded that while we are here to defend the citizenry, and friendliness towards them is encouraged,
Good not to be cooped up. Not sure about you.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'm not sure I like the look of you.
Attention! There has been a theft from the village. Do you have any information about this crime? If so, report it immediately to the protocol officer.
Welcome back. Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant. Knew you'd get it done. I'm glad you found Nora. She can be a bit of a knout, but she's a lifeline for us in the village. I don't know what we'd do without her. How's my contact in Skethermoor? Been a while since I heard from him, truth be told. Dead? Oh no. The poor bugger. He were a good un. One of the few of them protocol lads you could still say that about. You know, he were one of them ordered to stop that civilian convoy. The one that's just wreckage up on the Skethermoor Road. Oh, don't think he ever forgave himself for that. Been a helping hand for us ever since. I really appreciate all you've done. These messages are more important than you might realise. Let's just say you've given the village a chance to, well, speak up for itself. Here, take this, and thanks. See you around.
Attention! There has been a theft from the village hall. Do you have any information about this crime? If so...
know why the locals act like that. We're protecting them, the bloody ungrateful swine.
You have free passage to our prison. Get what you can out of the good doctor, and we can see about making some progress here. Yes, what is it? What did you learn? How did Garrow manage to disable our security? You mean that radio she had with her was nothing of the sort? Good heavens. The blithering idiots who searched her said it was harmless. Blast them. That's good work on your part. Well done. The more we can understand the barred gadgetry littering this place, the better our chances of escaping. Here, take this for your excellent service. And I presume you have Garrow's device. Hang on to it for the moment. I'm willing to trust you with it. Do not let me down. It may perform wonders, but it won't stop a bullet. You seem very capable, and that more than anything else makes me inclined to place some faith in you to continue doing the right thing. The fates of my force and yours are bound together. You realize that? Help us, and we will help you. Remember that. And in any case, something more pressing has occurred in your absence. It seems some of the villagers are unhappy with our recent enforcements of martial law and have allied themselves with the savages in the woods. The swine broke in here and stole several items. Most importantly, part of our radio set. Reparations for injustice, they called it. I have no doubt that they intend to make a gift of them to those so-called druids as some sort of offering. That shower of feeble-witted maniacs thinks that anything scientific must be returned to the soil, as if radios are some form of root vegetable, apparently. But what they took is critical and highly sensitive. Because it's the only high-powered set we have. We'll need it if we ever hope to escape this wretched place. It's true, the blasted interference field has so far prevented communication with the outside. But with any luck, that won't stay true forever. Listen, I have an escape plan. You've helped me, and I'm willing to reciprocate it by bringing you along when we leave. But it's all for nothing if we don't have the radio to send a signal requesting extraction. Once the interference field is cleared. If these druids have our radio equipment, I can make a good educated guess as to where they'll have salted it away. I'll mark the spot on your map for you. I cannot emphasize how vital repairing our radio is. Anything else you find there? Well, that can remain buried as far as I'm concerned. Recover the radio parts first. Then we'll talk about the plan. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?